Hello everyone, NeverBeGosu bringing you a video for EVE Online. This is another tutorial and we are going to be starting today with the PI. And PI is going to be a passive way of making ISK in EVE Online. There's multiple different features of this, but today we are going to be going over your skills and attributes needed for PI, your fitting for what ships you're going to need to run PI, and the principle of making ISK passively for PI. Subsequent videos in this series will actually be running your PI, setting up, and everything like that, but this is just going to be your basics. So for skills, open up a little skill tree here. Skills needed for PI are located in your planetary management tree. And the skills that you need for PI are as follows. Remote sensing 3. Interplanetary consolidation is going to be either 4 or 5 depending on how many planets you want. What this is going to do is this is going to give you an additional planet per skill point that you can do PI on. You start with 1, you can get 5 more for a total of 6. Advanced planetology is just to help you with your scans and surveys, so you can get that up to a level 3. In order to get that to 3, you need planetology at level 4, not level 5. I actually wasted skill points in this, and it will eventually be removed. Command center upgrades is your big one to do in here. What this allows you to do is to get a little more CPU and a little more power grid per each planet in order to properly fit the planet to make you the most amount of income that you can get per planet. So I recommend getting this to 5. If you get it to 4, you're going to kind of screw yourself over a little bit, so you want to get this to 5. It is a decently long skill train, so it's not 512, it's actually 1,000,000 skill points. So that's going to be the big kicker. If you're looking for when to add PI to your rotation based on attributes, most people start with perception willpower as their attributes, and the reason they do that is because they want to skill up quickly in their ship types and or weapons and weaponry. So when you switch over to an intel memory, that's when you want to jump on these, because your skills for these are actually intel memory. So, when you're going to switch over and start training up some more of your navigation skills, armor, shields, whatever, go ahead and jump in. Take that 2 weeks to get your level 5 and command center upgrades, and then fill these up to level 3. Of course, this one has to be 4, so 4, 3, 4, 3. So that's your skill points. Again, the attributes are intel memory, and that's good for the attributes. Now let's go over and move over to the fitting and how we're gonna what we're gonna fly to run this. Let's see here. I believe I have a fitting saved. And we are going to jump down to Epithal Final, and we are going to simulate fitting. Alright, so to cover the fitting, the basic ship that you're going to want to use, which is also going to use the skill, let me jump back into that real quick because that's very important and I should have covered that already. Under Spaceship Command, you're going to want Galante Industry 4. That's Galante Industrial 4. And the reason you want Galante Industrial 4, I've got 5 for running the Ocators, but Galante Industrial 4 gets you all the different types of ships that you need for doing, different ways to make ISK, whether it's mining, moving ore, minerals, and or PI in this case. So that's what you're going to want for that. So back to the fitting. When you have level 4, you can get the Epithal. The Epithal will give you a huge bay for running your your cargo. So if I go to show info for this ship, you can actually see your attributes. I have on this a 67,500 M3 planetary commodities. Now yours is probably going to be a little lower if you only get it up to level 4. You don't have to get it to level 5 unless you're trying to get to the Ocators, guys. So that's pretty much what we're going to go with on that. Back to the fitting page. Now, so this whole purpose is to pick up and drop off your PI. You also have to add a, the only other thing you need is a cargo of 1,000 in your main hold. And what that's for is so you can use this ship to actually drop your command centers. They're heavy. You have to have it. So that explains the 2 cargo expanded cargo hold 2s and the 1 medium cargo hold optimization. That's to get you above the 1,000, so you can put that in there. After that, it's just going to be a basic, little ship to get on and off the field. You got your large shield extender, your burst jammer. I go with the burst jammer 2. You can use any variations of these that you can fit, guys. And then I'm running 2 adaptive invulnerability fields. Excuse me. 2 more medium core defense field extender 1s. I do have a cloaking device in case I do see somebody coming on D-scan. I can, cloak, before they even get to me. But pretty much burst jam, warp off with your warp core stabs. My apologies for the coughing. So that's your basic fit. This is again the Epithal, and it's designed so we can go ahead and kind of cover its stats real quick with my skill points, I guess you can say. So again, you have your capacity of 1,000 M3. Resist are kind of not even across the board, but you're at least seeing 50. So EMs are weak hull, but then you got 58, 68, 74, with the total shield capacity of 4,205. So it ain't gonna take a crap ton of damage. It's really meant to survive 1 or 2 volleys, get off your burst, and go and warp the hell out. So max velocity is only 129. We're not running any prop mods or anything, so get out of dodge. That's pretty much it. It's made to do one thing, and that's pick up your PI. Alright, so that's the Epithal, and that's going to be the fit we're going to use. Now let's kind of cover what the basis is of PI does. So PI is a instrumental tool to make ISK, and what it is you're going to warp to your moons, and your moons, if you pull up on anything here, so we'll just go with this solar system thing. If you open up your solar system information by clicking in the top left corner on whatever system you're in, you can go to orbital bodies, and then you can go to any of the planets that are available, and if you right click them, you can go view planetary production. And as you can see, I do have planetary production on this planet, and this is a horrible example character, so let's just go to view planetary production on an empty planet. Nope, I got shit here too. Alright, well, this one's the proper build for what you're supposed to be doing. So I can show you on this. Let's see here. Alright, so PI. PI is going to a planet within your solar system, and you're going to set up a production facilities to either 1, extract basic materials, or extract basic materials and convert them into a higher tier material, or import materials, bring them up to a higher standard or a higher tiered material, and then re-extract them or export them back from the thing. So your common setup, which is what I use for my basic extractions, guys, is going to be your extractor. Your extractor with all 10 things. Now this is why you need to have your upgrades maxed. A storage facility. What this storage facility does is gets excess stuff from your extractor. And then your 9 or 10, depending on what planet type you can fit. These are production facilities that turn your basic materials from the extractor into the tier 1, and then it's exporting it to your launch pad, and then your launch pad is used in space. When you access that in space, or access the thing, it's holding the materials that I've already created, and then you take that to a customs office. So I will show you, because I'm going to actually pick this up. This is planet 6. We'll give you the basics here. Let me get a ship out. Bam, bam. So your main PI window is if you actually go to start industry and then planetary production. This is what your main window is going to look like. So as you can see, I have all these PI facilities, and I am going to undock my ship. I'm going to select what facility to go to. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say customs office, warp to 0. You have to get your items from the customs office. So when your launch pad actually moves stuff from your planet, and let's go ahead and go view planetary production. So I'm on my way to that customs office, and as you can see, my facility's running. I do have stuff in to pick up. So this is running the cycle that you're currently seeing right now. I have 10 hours remaining on a 2-day, 1-hour cycle. So, you know, this is not quite the max that you'd get if you finish your 2-day cycle, but it's, you know, 10 hours short. So let's go ahead and go customs office, access customs office. Now that my ship is in space, you can see that in that launch pad I have 10,780 materials. You're going to move from here is on your launch pad. You're going to move it over to the customs office. You're going to click transfer, and when you transfer that, you're going to take that and put it into, from the customs office, you're going to throw it into your planetary commodity, and that is 5.14 million. So not a lot of ISK, right? But you multiply that by 5 or 6 for some of you, and that means every day and a half, you know, you're making 25 to 30 mil, and you've really done absolutely nothing. So that's the basis of PI, and that is the basic of the basics for PI. You know, all we're doing is pulling off a base material, turning it into its processed, instead of the raw material, we're turning it into its processed material. And we're going to get a lot more in depth in the next couple of videos of how to, you know, further extract value out of these. But right now, if you wanted to just go and do the very basic on each one of your planets, you can see that you're going to make about 25 to 30 mil every 2 days, depending on what you're getting. Now, some are better than others, and we'll go over that in the next video as well. So that is your very basic PI setup. I'm going to go ahead and dock up, and on the next video we will start tiering into the, you know, what to build, why to build, and then I'm going to go over building that exact build and actually creating that exact build that we have for that extraction planet. So alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.